It's on.
Okay, well then let's go ahead and put it on our screen.
Boop. All right, let me see if this...
Hi everyone, I'm Elisa.
I'm Enid.
I'm Amanda.
So we're with River City Knits Podcast and we're trying something new today. We are using an app called Switcher and we've got different cameras because some of the feedback we've heard is people want to see close-ups of things, and since we're kind of far away, since there's 3 of us, it sometimes doesn't happen. So we have an extra phone here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Nope, because my cup is in the way, so it'll be there. And so we'll be able to kind of do some close-ups and stuff. Bear with us. We're still learning. And Techie Enid was like, oh my gosh, they have this. This is a thing that you can do. Oh my gosh, this is something else we can try. So
we would never get started.
And I have this up, so if you're watching and you have questions, I can see them right here. So
Awesome. So we're live.
yeah, we're live.
Awesome. I'm so excited.
So it's been a few weeks. Last week would have been 2 weeks for us to have recorded, but Amanda and I were out of town.
yay!
We were at the Knitting in the Hills Hill Country Weavers Retreat. It's their annual retreat that they do at the end of February, beginning of March. This was the 3rd year I've been, and this was your 2nd year.
My 2nd year.
So Enid has gone for the 2 years prior, but couldn't make it this past year. So we were really sad.
Yeah.
And that was, we missed Enid, but had a lot of fun.
It was a fantastic time. The way the retreat works is there's 3 instructors, well, plus Ann Bud, so there's 4 instructors. And the folks who attend the entire retreat, which I did for the first 2 years, but not this year, but Amanda did, you actually get instruction with the instructors. And this year was designers, which was really kind of cool.
It was cool. So I got to take classes from Hoi Locatelli, Vera Valimaki, you know, I finally said her last name, and Michelle Wang from Michelle Wang Designs for the Plucky Knitter. I'm formerly of Brooklyn
Tweed, I think they said, yeah.
So I got to take a class from each one of them, and they were more pattern based. The ones that I took were more pattern based than technique based. They had some technique classes, but I took more patterns and converting patterns and things of that nature.
Oops, something fell.
Look at that.
So I know when I went a couple of years ago, mine were very technique based. Those are the courses that I took because I wanted to learn. It was brioche and like last year was Susan B. Anderson, so she did one on her little toys and stuff, doing stuffed toys. So that was really cool. So, but yours was, I think, fantastic for you because it's for designing.
It was fun. I took a boxy class from Hoi Locatelli, where she went through and she brought a whole bunch of sweaters that we could try on and look at the size and the shape, and she really went through a lot of how to measure your body and how to pick a neckline that suits you and where you want your neckline to sit, and then how you can take the patterns and you can hack them to change the neckline, change the sleeve length, change the, like the bottom hem to different styles, and kind of how that's going to work with your body. And if you're like me, I have a very square shape. There's not much difference in between my measurements. How you can create a waistline. And the boxy
really cool.
sweater type is really like that because they're so oversized that when they fall, if you get a good drape on it, it will actually create
a curve
where it falls. And a lot of how they drape and, talking about positive ease and negative ease, I think I finally understand that.
It's funny, I only think of negative ease when I think of socks. So that's, I don't.
Right.
Yeah, but you're right. There's a lot of other garments and stuff that have it with positive ease.
And that knitting something that has like 35 inches of positive ease, while that sounds like, oh good God, there's no way in the world it's going to fit, and it's like knitting a circus tent. How that's actually not that much when you put it on, because it's 35 inches
circumference,
right? So you're going to have a quarter of it on all sides, and it's not 35 inches, from
all the way around
from your side.
Yeah.
So that part
That's really interesting.
is interesting. So, and I'll tell y'all, probably the best thing I learned all weekend, and I learned it in the first 10 minutes of Michelle Wang's class, has to do with gauge. Now, do y'all gauge what? Be honest.
Yes, a little.
You swatch.
I swatch, but I
You're
swatch
good at
on the
it.
needle, and I don't black it, and I don't do any.
Don't rinse it or wash it.
Yeah.
So I don't swatch.
I kind of cheat.
I notoriously don't swatch.
Don't
I knit
swatch.
sweaters and I don't swatch. So she had a different, which is a more correct way of looking at gauge. When you swatch, it will tell you so many rows and so many inches per 4x4 square. To actually knit a swatch that's double that. Go at least 8x8.
Which is something y'all told me, or maybe Claudine. I've heard that before.
You do an 8x8
bigger.
swatch, you finish it, you cast it off, you do the whole shebang, right?
No, I don't do that.
I don't do that.
You wash it,
Nope, don't do that.
you block it, and you dry it.
But
And you block it until you find a fabric that you're happy with.
Mhm.
You like the way it looks. You like the way it drapes. It's not gaping. It's not bunched up.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always checked gauge. I will knit a quarter of what it says, get out a ruler, look at it, do the math, and go, I'm good. It says what it is. So she said your gauge should be what you want the final product to look like, not what's here.
On the
It's going to be
needles.
what's going to come off of your needles when everything's said and done, which I've never heard anybody actually explain it like that.
we did at was it Coco Knits class, and then also was repeated in Clara Park's class.
Clear parts.
Yeah,
So,
and even I think that year it was.
I think everyone talks about gauge. I think
Dawn
yes, it's like
Harlot.
you should do it. You should
Stephanie.
definitely, yeah, Stephanie Pearl McPhee.
she also talked about that, but
But I think like what you said, like Michelle was like, this is why, because you want to find your
right,
right
because you
fabric.
want the fabric.
'Cause I don't think I've
and
heard
then-
that far.
You can take what the gauge is and the fabric that you like, and even though you didn't make your gauge, then the rest of that class was how to take that and calculate it and then be able to go and change all the things. And if you still want to be able to change it, and how some of it had to do with how to change it and still keep your pattern repeats and things of like that nature. So that was an interesting class.
that's cool.
And at Vera's class, Betta's class, again, that was round yoke sweaters. So, and that was also, she went through, and probably the biggest takeaway I have from that is how to pick your sleeve type that you like, whether you want a raglan shape or like more like a cap sleeve or a set-in sleeve, and where to stop your yoke that does or doesn't draw attention to your bust, about how far to go to make sure that it doesn't create a weird neckline, to make sure that it sits properly.
There's been some, you and I talked about that it's like all the really cool, beautiful yoke designs and everything, and I see them and it's just, everyone just says, oh, okay, it looks like, oh, everyone says, okay, 10 inches from the collar, that's when you stop it. And
Right.
it's like, no, you should customize it because it looks, some of it's like mid-bust where it stops and it looks very awkward on some people I've
It does.
seen. And, you see all the fantastic posts on Instagram, but it's just like,
The last thing you want is a design with arrows that point down.
yeah, I'm a busty girl, so it's like,
or
I-
that it stops right
that
here.
stops like right there, and
Little
it's just,
chickens are just sitting.
yeah, exactly.
They've come home to roost.
They're like, ooh, pillows. So, I mean, I still haven't knit a garment. The closest I've gotten is to socks, which are not, they're accessories, right?
So you can put it on your body,
Put it on your body. Well, I've not done like
and they fit successfully.
pullover or like a sweater. So our friend Katie had a really beautiful cardigan that she was wearing, dark and stormy, and it's all
Green.
and just has this
Gorgeous.
gorgeous cables on the back, and then that, what did you call it? Like the kind
Shawl
of
collar.
shawl collar, and it's kind of inspired me that I kind of want to work on a cardigan.
I love those collars. They're
Yeah,
so
it's that
pretty.
shawl collar that I really like, and she you could tell the buttons she chose were very like
They were. The whole thing's just just gorgeous.
It was
And if
really
it ever
beautiful.
goes missing, nobody come to my house.
So I was there for the one day of the retreat, and so I was just there to cause trouble.
It was fun. Oh my God, it's so much fun.
So actually, I spent the night at my friend's house in Leander, and we drove in, and we got there at 7:15 in the morning because we were just like super excited. We were delayed because of fog, though. We had wanted to be there at 7, but that's okay. So it was fantastic just to spend time with our friends, our knitting friends who, maybe live in the area, but we don't see very often. We also had people from far away come as well. Sally, who is Wool Diaries on Instagram, and just kind of like put a pause on her podcast. She came in from South Africa, so that was a big trip. And she just left yesterday back home. So tomorrow she leaves Monday. Oh, I thought it was Saturday.
I thought it was Saturday too. And she told me we could not get rid of her that easily.
Oh, so it's Monday. So she has one more day in Texas. And it's super windy out today. It's really windy. I've been sneezing a lot. But it was just to connect with so many people. I was just so happy,
It was so much fun.
just sitting there knitting and just spending time. I had the opportunity to do some mini sessions and everything. But I just wanted to hang with people. So that's exactly what I did. I know Amanda did an unboxing of the swag bag. I don't know if you saw it. That was Sunday morning from last Sunday. So a week ago she did that. And you said you're going to hopefully...
I do. I have the video recorded. I will upload it to the YouTube channel. Hopefully tomorrow. I can get it off my phone and get it uploaded.
So
So
get
it
to see all
also
the fun
has
stuff.
some other fun things that I bought. And Enid wasn't able to join us, but I come bearing gifts.
You do?
So,
Aww.
friend Diane over at Suburban Stitcher did a colorway for the retreat, just for the retreat. That's called Horseshoe.
Ooh.
So, and I picked one of them up.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, put it on.
Yeah, so we're going to put it on here.
Isn't that beautiful?
So that way you guys can see
So
it.
pretty. So pretty.
So let's go ahead and put it on camera too. There we go.
We're so high tech.
So we're really
so
excited about our high techiness. There's some really cool colors in here that you can see. And like we said, like Amanda said, it's from Suburban Stitcher. And
Maybe it needs to be another starting point.
Yeah.
since she's finished hers.
The starting point that I did had her scan in there. Cool.
Oh my gosh,
Love
we're
it.
touching buttons. I'm so
Thank
excited.
you. We're so high tech.
I know. So there was lots of really
Look at
cool.
that blue.
I know. There's so many really great colors in there.
Ooh, look at that.
And then you open it up. So
Thank you.
I'm trying to think. There was a couple. I brought my bag with me because I totally forgotten that Amanda did her unboxing. So we're gonna leave that as another whole video. But I do want to show some really
Well, look at this.
some couple of nifty things. Oh, I should have worn mine. I have it on my dresser.
Oh, I have mine on my back.
You have yours on your. Oh, that's a brilliant idea.
Since she can't be
So we
here.
already mentioned our friend Sally from Wool Diaries.
She said
she
this to me
brought
because I
us
couldn't go.
Little gifts from South Africa. So
She
it's
did.
these little flags, the South African flag, that they're made. They're these little intricate beaded pieces that are made
Frame.
by the Zulu women in South Africa.
So this is the. It's a bead. Oh my gosh, I don't know. Was that me or was that you?
That was me.
Oh my gosh, we're really excited. I'm really excited. So this is the South
me be the
African
director. Okay.
flag. Enid's our director. I'm just
Well,
like
let me
pressing
handle
buttons.
this.
I'm like, was that me? Who did that?
I'm just kidding.
So
Isn't that pretty?
we each got one, and I was wearing mine the whole time I was there. I'm gonna put mine on a project bag. That's a fantastic idea. Okay, so we ready to go back to?
Yes.
So here's yours. So this was my favorite thing that I got from the
Hold on a second.
that I got in the swag bag. There was
Oops.
a lot of really great stuff. She's pressing buttons. She's getting excited. So this is a
There we go.
pocket color wheel mixing guide. I haven't opened it yet, but I took a class that Enid had at the Yarn Barn about a year ago with Anna Cleric, who's Yarn Carnival. Oops, should we put, oh, so I'm talking and I'm facing the camera. Just
I'm turning this
so, Anna Cleric had did a color wheel class, and we spent. It was a pretty intensive class. I really loved it, and so I was really excited to get this color wheel that I got. So, okay, we're back to the big screen. It looks like.
Yeah,
So that was my favorite item from the swag bag.
Oh, so I'll just lead us right into the next portion.
Yes.
I showed this on Instagram, but I have not showed this on here. So when I went to Holy's class,
Oh, you haven't blocked. Last time you didn't block.
I hadn't blocked
Had
it.
it been blocked.
I hadn't been blocked.
So now it's been blocked.
Let's flip it.
And it's huge. And I wore it to her class.
Flip it.
Yeah.
And she told me how pretty it was. And we took a picture.
I know. There was a picture with Amanda and Hohi. It was really cool.
So I went all like geeky.
That's really beautiful.
But
It did grow. Look
It
how
grew.
It really, it
Yeah.
bloomed.
Yeah.
It blossomed. So I like this right here. I'm going to show you guys because I just want to keep using the second camera. Because I really like this little combination right here. So if we go to that, so where is it? Right in here, like this section. I just love the way, oops.
There. Is that it?
So I really like this section right here that that Amanda has because it's like this beautiful melon and this like really vibrant green. It's just, it's a coral, but it almost looks melon the way it is with the green. So it's kind of exciting. Do you have a favorite part?
I kind of, I don't know, maybe this right in here. Like, I like this one here where we come from the lace into this, you know, heavily turquoise speckle here and then back to the pink. So, but then it feeds into that green and coral part and it's, you know, it's just got, there's a lot of strong contrast in it. You know, I don't know, the coral and the purple together is very striking, but it's not, that's probably my least favorite color swap.
This part right here?
That part right here. That's probably my least favorite. But on the whole, I'm really happy with the way the color, you know, the color scheme came out. So
I think what's amazing about yours, Amanda, is that it's these are all your yarns.
Mm-hmm.
These are all your yarns, and I think that's a really cool way of just loving it.
you can come see it live and in person in Dallas.
That's right. So it's DFW Fiberfest is in 3.5 weeks, which means pledge drive's in 3.5 weeks. So my work stuff's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
So I hadn't thought of it like that. So
Yes.
so do you know where your booth is? Where are you going to be?
I don't know yet.
You don't have that information.
We
yet?
don't have the booth layout yet. There will be a podcaster meetup at some point during the weekend. I don't have the details on that. So I'm going to step in. I will be there for a portion of that, not all of it. But I will be there for a portion of the podcaster meetup.
When is it? When is the meetup?
I'm not sure yet. They haven't published the final
I think
details.
I wanna go.
I think it's typically on Saturday.
I think I want to go to Dallas.
You should. I wish I could go.
I'm gonna try.
I think it'd be great if you went.
You need a booth, babe.
I always need booth babes. Always.
Your default's your mom.
I'll be your
My default
Huckleberry.
is my mom, and my mom will be there.
Yay!
So for those of you wondering where she was in November, she will be in Dallas. So
Your mom's awesome.
I love my mama.
Will she have her wheel with her?
Her loom?
Or her loom, sorry.
I don't know. I decided at the last minute that I wanted to change up my whole booth design, so I just ordered like a ton of new grid wall and decided I needed more yarn, so I just ordered more yarn.
You can
'Cause
order more.
obviously, I have time to dye more yarn, right? Of course.
I've got to order
3.5
yarn.
weeks. So I'm pretty good prep wise, but
So I've been trying to not be so impulsive in purchasing stuff when I see it on Instagram, because sometimes I see stuff and I'm like, oh look, boop, 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 boop.
pretty.
So I've been really trying to hold back on that. But I failed miserably last Friday. Mustache Yarn, surprise, posted her 100% Irish colorway. And so I Katie was the one actually who saw it, and we both squealed. And I was already went through the thing, and I didn't contact Enid so I could buy one for her.
That's
and then-
alright. It's okay.
That's cool.
So
I don't need green socks.
you don't need green socks. Yes, you do, because they're so cute. So people are like, "Oh, I wonder how it's gonna knit up." So one of the things with Mustache is she
You
does.
already got it?
Yeah, no, dude, I like ordered it on Friday, and it was, I think it
But
came
Stacey
in.
probably already has a package with Elisa's name on it ready to go.
I'm sure.
I think it actually arrived like in the mailbox on Saturday, but I didn't get it
She
until
probably just
Monday.
mailed it before you bought it.
She's like, I
actually.
know Elisa's gonna get this. That's quite possible. So, if you want to go ahead and go. So she does identical skein. So all I have done is kind of wound the one skein, and I've started on that, and then I have the other one here. But this is how it's. Oh, it's knitting up so great. I'm gonna move this guy. There we go. So really, really cool colorways with really cool speckles. One of my coworkers was looking at it, and she's like, "There's like some reddish rust in there too." So really, really beautiful colors.
Little
So
gold.
It matches your bag.
I know. So my bag was from Whimsy Stitches. I bought it a couple of years ago. Nope, it's just kidding. A Simpler Home. So totally lied about that. Here's the inside. Oh, that's also from Sally. That's some fun stuff in there.
Slow down.
Oh, am I going too fast?
Yeah.
Sorry if I'm making you guys dizzy so very slowly.
Give it like 3 seconds before I move.
Okay. 1,000.
Elisa.
Okay, so that's what the inside looks like.
You're
So I'm
supposed to count it in your head.
Oh, oops. So I'm having a lot of fun with this 100% Ira away, and I think she still has more. I think made to order. So should check it
There's
out.
another color too.
Yes, she
I don't
does.
remember
She
what
has
that
two
is.
colors.
Yesterday.
It's like more rainbowy, right? Some really pretty
Yes.
pink in it as well.
Luck of the Irish or something.
I figured
Something
out
like
the
that.
I figured out the fade in. Oh my god.
Oh,
I'm such a nerd.
I'm so
So
excited.
there's going to be huge things coming.
We're really excited
In our
about this.
later episodes.
We've received a lot of feedback from you guys, and we really appreciate that because I see it as a way for us to grow and learn more. And so we're trying to have close-ups on here, but since it's like the three of us and we don't have a production staff
Yet.
Not yet.
yet, we can get Elias.
Although
on
I
this.
did get that email, and we
Oh
maybe
my
just
gosh, no.
discover it soon.
No.
Yes, we've been discovered.
So I'm trying to think. Do I have anything else?
Oh Lord.
Oh, I have a finished object. My socks.
Oh, let's see.
Well, I have my sock blocks. I wanted to show these off because
Oh my
they're
god, there's Texas
so
in them.
yes. So they are custom made sock blockers. We're gonna go into camera too, just because it's fantastic. Can you press
Are
the
you
camera
ready?
too? Yes. So these are custom made sock blockers. It says Texas on the very top up there. Knitting Left on Instagram. Her name's Marcia. She's the one. She and her husband are the ones who make these. They're very
To the
well
side
made.
packer.
Yeah, they're very well made, and I like
my
the thickness of it as well. I love the way it's stained, and there are no. It's smooth. There's no hooking or anything like that, which is kind of a big deal. This says that it's still active. Oh no, okay. I don't know what it's saying. Okay, we don't know what's going on. So I think that's a 3-second rule, and I didn't count in my head or out loud. So
I'm just
you
gonna-
laugh. You're just gonna laugh at me.
They smell like freshly lacquered wood.
Yeah, because they're brand new. So I have socks that are done. So I'm going to pop them on here real quick so you can see them. This is from Nomadic Yarns. I've been working on them. Sally actually noticed. I have kind of been monogamous in my knitting, which doesn't happen very often. So I'll start a couple of projects, but then I'll like stick to one and kind of finish it. I think it's because I just got excited about like the yarn and stuff and just wanting to finish it. So... And she actually forbade me to start any more casting on because she knows what shawls I have that I haven't finished. So she called me out. Do you want me to do a little close up of this on
Sure,
here?
whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Nice.
So pretty. So they're really, really fun. I love the colorway. It's from Nomadic Yarns, and it's the colorway called Succulents. And I did it in vanilla latte.
Nice.
pattern, my default. So I'm super excited about these sock blockers.
I love them.
Yeah, she does all designs. Like she had these octopus ones. I was like, those are so cute. She had other things too. So that's what I have.
What else is going on? Is it my turn?
I think so. I say yes.
Y'all ready for an episode of The Not So Young and the Restless?
Yes, always.
What is that?
I'm the restless knitter, and I'm
Did you
not so
frog
young.
again?
It looks like
I
it.
frogged again. So the single ply's been here. Let's put it over there.
Yeah, let's put them right here
The
because
single ply's been like put through the ringer. There you go. See, we frogged it again. Aren't they beautiful though?
the colors are gorgeous.
Yeah. So let's see. We started with the Nordic Arrows by Suzanne Summers, and I just was like, I just not feeling it. And maybe it's the yarn, maybe it's the color choices. Then Strongheart, my tension was too tight on the cables, and I'm like, I don't want to do cables anyway.
I feel like my tension loosens when I do cables.
Oh, yeah, just, and so I'm like, I don't want to ruin this pretty pattern. And I think I need a different yarn for that pattern. So, Sound Check just came out by Carissa Browning. It's pretty cool. So that's what I'm working on now. Let's see. Carissa Browning, Soundtrack. It's on Ravelry. Just came out not that long ago. You can put that up there if you want.
I can put like this basic stuff, right?
Yeah,
I'll
the
just do
picture's
it.
cool. Yeah, that's good. Isn't that beautiful?
Carissa Browning.
So when you unfurl the shawl, it looks like the equalizers on a soundtrack board, and I'm all about the music, so I was like, yeah, I think that's what I want to do. So that's what I'm doing.
Here's your
I like it.
The Not So Young and the Restless.
Well, hopefully the
Stick in my
yarn
chair.
has finally found a home.
I think so. I hope so. I'm starting it now, but I can't read and listen to y'all at the same time, so I'm just going to leave it alone. I'm still working on the chick pulley. I got about this much sleeve done on my this much of the first sleeve. And then the gamer scarf. Have you finished yours?
Oh God,
You still working on it?
I'm almost done
I'm
on the last part of Clue 2.
I'm on the first part of Clue 1.
I get the updates on Ravelry,
Womp.
but I'm not doing it.
I have, it has gone by the wayside for a bit.
know,
I'm
it's
gonna
so
pick it back up
cool.
this
I'm
summer.
so excited to do it, but I don't know. I had too many other things going on. And then I finished because squirrel. I'm a restless knitter. Squirrel. Where is he? The cutest little thing. The cutest little thing ever. Hold on. I got one thing and then I got another thing. Where is it?
I'm gonna move this out of the way so you have it.
It's my little bunny Fufu.
You made a buddy too?
I made a little bunny.
I don't see your bunny Fufu. I thought you were gonna bring the other thing that you worked on.
My little bunny Fufu.
Oh my gosh! So I'm gonna start it from the back because it's really cute. Okay, so there he is. Look,
Little bunny.
and there's ears.
It's a super easy square. It's just a square. Can you knit a square?
Yes. Oh,
And
the ears
then
are so cute.
There's
Oh.
3 seams.
Oh, cute.
And you
We'll end it with the tail.
measure the half and do a little, what do you call it, big basting stitch along the half. And then up both sides, like a point. And then you pull, and all of a sudden it makes a little head.
See, that's some Elizabeth Zimmerman like folding type
Yeah, that's
magic
what that sounds
there.
like.
And then you see
Oh,
in
the
here,
bottom.
and here. My husband was watching me put it together this morning,
Should I do a little shot at the bottom?
and he was like, nah. He was like, "What are you doing?" I said, "A bunny." He goes, "That don't look like no bunny." And and he goes, "What?" And then when I finished, he goes, "That's some crazy." He goes, "You had a square, and then you did some things, and poof, now you have a bunny."
See, that's the
It's like,
folding magic.
what's wrong with
It's like knitting origami.
It That's what he
knitting.
said. He goes,
Knitting
you
origami.
have like some knitting origami kung fu, and you just made a bunny. So
It's super
made
cute.
a bunny foo-foo. Let's see what else. Oh, and I have two. Oh, wait. Okay. Next thing I'm working on, and this isn't knitting.
Oh, this is pretty.
I'm embroidering.
Okay, buddy, we're gonna scoot you out of the way.
Embroidering. You got it?
Yes.
Woohoo! It's a pinata, y'all.
It's not showing it. Okay, now it's active. Okay, it's just the delay. Look how cute it is.
It's a pinata. I'm just freestyling.
I like it.
I pencil drew.
I don't know if I can do the close up of the cute little. I can. Oh, look how cute that is. The little, what would you call that? The ropey part?
The harness.
The harness. I don't know anything about horses.
So this little part will be an ear.
I don't know if you can
And
see the.
then
No, you can't really see the.
when you go
Kinda
flat,
see,
you can
yeah.
you can see it. Yeah.
There's the design.
Mm-hmm. And then I just pencil drew it in, and I'm just kind of freehand. I mean, it's a pinata. It's paper mache. Not all lines are equal. I'm just kind of going along as I
It's got some cool texture.
changing colors as I want. So if all goes well, maybe I'll make little kits and have them available on my online store.
You can
And
make
at
it
the
bigger
shop?
and make it llama llama.
Oh, make a long, yes, longer neck.
I'm gonna.
Calm down, girl.
I want to press buttons. She's gonna be like, "You're gonna sit at this end. I'm gonna." Sit
I'm
at
like
this
trying
end."
to hide it, so she's like, we
we
gotta do it. Push the button. Push the button.
Push the button.
It's time to push the button now.
Push it. Push it. So
Can we open presents today?
That's
Don't
exactly
worry. If they
me.
start to fight over it, I'll make sure y'all get to see it.
Man, we're just gonna give it to Amanda. She can do it.
I'm like, press buttons now. It
That's
is like presents. Christmas.
Oh, and then
buttons.
on my Instagram, I forgot to bring them with me because they're at the shop. But I have 2 F-bombs that I made.
They're so cute.
The first F-bomb I made was a pattern that I found on Ravelry by Jennifer Spock. Frank, look at me. I'm already with the names and pattern names.
You made
and,
notes.
I know. I'm
and
really proud.
designers. Yes, y'all, I'm ready this time. And then the other one I made is like a little bomber, like an airplane bomber bomb.
Yeah, it's
and
got a
I-
cute tail.
I adopted that. So I kind of took the first part of her pattern and I made it a little longer, and then I just kind of designed those little fins and then sewed them to the end. You're so cute.
They're really cute.
I'm gonna have a whole bowl of those at the shop.
I would have them and I would
Here's
just
an
throw them at
F-bomb.
people.
Oh yeah.
Literally.
Really? I'm throwing this at you. Yeah. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Please take an F-bomb on your way out. See your way out. No, I'm just kidding. That's me. So that's it. That's all I have.
That's a lot of cool stuff.
It's really cool stuff.
Ooh, let me move my little
I've been
tripod over as I finish this round.
my restless knitting.
I have cast on artist. I'm not even gonna lie. That I found this in a bag earlier. And it's just a hat, sockhead hat, I think. Maybe modified. And some Barocco.
Is that a hat?
Yes, it's a hat. I went, oh, what's in this bag? And there was a hat. So I went, oh, that's easy podcasting thing. So I think it's a Barocco vintage, I believe. I'm not sure the colorway, but I don't know if it comes out. But it's like this navy, and
It's a
got
pretty
these little
navy.
pops of turquoise and
Mhm.
purple in here. It's really
It's funny. It switches between like a
pretty.
black. They're
Yeah,
navy.
there's more
Bam.
There it goes.
The minute
Yeah.
you put the ball on there, it turned navy.
Yeah, it
So-
changed the color. That was really kind of cool.
But that's
You put the bomb on me,
that's that one.
baby.
Baby. So and then this one is a monster. So I started this.
This you just started less than a month ago.
I started this Super Bowl Sunday.
She
Super Bowl
finished the
Sunday.
sweater. And
I didn't finish it. It's not finished.
Oh,
It needs
okay.
That's
sleeves.
February.
Any
That was-
sleeves?
It needs sleeves. But like
Isn't
when
it funny how the body just kind of, and then when you get to the sleeve, it's.
I'm like, well, and the sleeves won't even be. There's probably only that much sleeve that I actually need to knit. But I just seamed the shoulders together
Oh, nice.
the other day, and it uses a 3-needle bind off, but you do it on the outside so that it makes a little ridge here,
Cool
and it
texture.
kind of
Oh, cool,
pulls
cool.
pulls these apart,
Do you want to put it on here? So
I haven't
people
done
can
a
see that?
3-needle bind off in forever.
and it kind of pulls this rib apart.
Mm-hmm.
I should have actually changed the needle size on one of these sides, but I didn't. But I can't switch.
Is that brioche up there?
No, it's just a 1x1 rib.
It's just ribbon?
But I have to take this cast on edge out here because I did something weird.
Whoa.
And you see it's Kitchener, but you see how it pulls right there?
Yeah, I see the pull.
I must have got off in my count somewhere, and I think it's right here because this looks really weird over here. Right there. So I did something weird in here.
There you go.
I'm going to take that out and redo that.
So the color's kind of showing as like a lighter yellowish on the monitor, but this is a really warm.
It's like harvest gold.
Yeah, it's like a harvest gold. It's a lot more warm than what it's looking like on the screen right now.
So,
It's there, it's better.
and when I talked about knitting circus tents, this feels like a circus tent. I tried it on. Granted, it's not blocked, but I'm not super happy with the fit right now, and maybe it will be better after it's blocked. It just feels,
Very just wide.
it just feels huge, but I think once it's blocked down and it's got some drape, I won't feel that way, hopefully. But it's The Weekender by Andrea Mowry. I'm knitting it in a Cascade 220.
Who, by the way, will be one of the instructors at next year's Knitting in the Hills retreat. So 2019, it'll be Andrea Mowry and 2 other people I need to research. I can't remember the names.
Why can I not remember their names?
I can't remember their names.
I can't even.
It's too early.
It's very early. So that's that. It's gonna have sleeves, hopefully this week. But, and then we're going to end it. It's super delayed. So then I cast on a cowl. And this is a 5-color job here.
Oh my goodness.
Pretty.
I'm gonna just kind of.
So I committed an ultimate Indy Dyerson
I think.
when I ordered yarn
Well,
for this show. I